Hey guys, welcome back to the Find Your Feet podcast, a podcast show dedicated to helping you live your freaking best life.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Today we're actually going to do an episode on what we're obsessed with at the minute and like what just makes our lives happier every day.
Yeah, how we're living our best lives right now.
Yeah, because we just like bounce around the place, don't we? And like, not all the time, but we have a great time.
Yeah, we do. We're pretty happy people, you know?
Yeah, we are. And some people struggle to find that happiness.
Yeah.
Or you might be going through a season where you're struggling to find that happiness, which we've all been in. So yeah, we're just going to go over like just what makes us happy, what makes us smile each day.
Yeah, because the things that we're going to say as well, like some of them are like small micro things, then some of the like bigger macro things that we've actually been working on for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, there was going to be a whole mix, hopefully inspire you guys to, I don't know, be nicer to yourselves and like have fun.
Yeah, and just like take control.
Yeah,
like,
this is what it's all about. It's all about taking control, isn't it? It's all about deciding to be happy, deciding to live a life you're obsessed with, like deciding to enjoy every day. It's a choice.
Yeah, totally.
Do you remember when Mo Gad at first like saying happiness is a choice and everyone was like, you fucking what? And now everyone's like, yeah, man, happiness is a choice.
Absolutely love Mo.
Yeah. So yeah, well, do you want to just kick off with one of your things you're totally obsessed with right now?
Yeah.
What are you crushing on right now?
So one thing I'm totally obsessed with, which I was literally thinking about this last night, is dance and having dance in my life.
Dance.
You love seeing me dance. Yeah, I love to dance. I feel like it's just so freeing. It gets me out of my comfort zone. It's just like liberating. It's so good to like take ownership of your body and just like dance for yourself. But not only that, what I was really reflecting on was the fact that when I was a kid, and honestly, I actually wish I had a picture of me. I could put it on the YouTube now. You guys would be pissing. Maybe I could find... No, I don't know. I used to go to these dance classes when I was like... Oh, God. Maybe like 10 or something. Or a little older than that. And I just said, oh, Mum, I want to go to these dance classes. And she sent me to this place. And I don't know why they dressed you in the most ridiculous outfits. They were just absolutely awful. And I remember even at the age of 10, I felt really self-conscious in them because... all the girls were like really like skinny little things, and I was just like, it was like these tight things. I just felt awful in them. And I also didn't have any friends at this dance class. I know, I would really cry. And I specifically remember trying to make friends with this girl and like walking up to her and being like, what's your name? Because like, what else do you ask someone when you're 10 years old? And she was like, Vanessa. And I was like, oh, it's a lovely name. She just went, yeah.
Oh.
So after like maybe a year or two, I think I did a few competitions, or like you do these things to like get your qualification or whatever. And then I remember I stopped, and the only reason I stopped was because I felt really fat in the stuff, even though I was so young, and I didn't have any friends, and I was sick of them all like being friends, and then like me not really having any friends to talk to. So yeah, I stopped anyway. But like obviously over the last year probably I've like really rekindled my love for dance and like started going to dance classes where it's like more serious learning a routine, and then also going to like Zumba and things like that. And I just feel like that's so nourishing for my inner child.
Yeah.
And it just feels like a full circle moment that like little Abby just wanted to like dance and do routines and like enjoy her body. Oh, and as well, what I was saying to you about like my godmother said to me the other day, and I like totally forgot, she'd seen a video of me dancing on Instagram. I was like, oh, it's so good to see you dancing again. Like, you're so good. She's like, do you remember what you used to always tell me you wanted to be? And I was like, what? Because I thought I used to tell people I wanted to be a hairdresser. I remember I did used to say that at one point. But she was like, yeah, like all the time you used to say to me, when I grow up, I'm going to be a dancer. And then I probably used to say, but not a backup dancer for Beyonce. I'm just going to be a dancer. Because I didn't want to be in the background.
Only be the main character.
Yeah, but how funny, because I actually forgot about that, and it just like I just had a moment where I thought, oh my gosh, I'm actually really nourishing my inner child when I'm dancing and just like enjoying it and not caring if I'm even getting it right or whatever, but just like fully being in my body and enjoying it.
Yeah.
But also, so last night I went to Zumba, and I just really had this moment in Zumba where I was like, I'm so proud of myself for really creating a life that feels good for me. Like going to dance, going to Zumba, like it just lifts my spirits. And that's a huge part of my life that like just feels that little happiness part.
Yeah, keep the vibrations high.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like it's a conscious choice to be like, actually, no, I'm going to... Because I remember when I first started dancing, I put it on my vision board and I was like, start dancing again. And it was one of my goals. And I was like, oh God, I don't know about going to a class on my own and stuff. But now it's just like normal.
Yeah.
I'm just off to
When
dance.
did you start doing it? Was it when you were in your last relationship, or was it after you broke
No, it was
up?
when I was in it. It's when I first really met him, actually.
Yeah. No, because I remember even thinking when you were like, oh, I'm going to start going, like, and you like hunted down a class. It's not even that close to you, really. Like, it's a bit of a drive, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
because you wanted to go to like a good vibey one where it's like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, girls, like, get the heels on, let's twerk. Like,
Yeah.
not that I've been, but I've seen.
Yeah.
The video, I'd be so shit. But I mean, I'd come and have fun. I'd probably be like just kind of laughing and being a melt the whole time.
I would love you to go one day. Or
Maybe I
anyone
should
to go
come
with me.
one day.
Estelle says she wants to travel up north just to come.
Really?
She said she'd love it that much. I was like, you actually would.
Well, yeah, it's like it looks really fun. I love watching like your Instagram stories on a Thursday night, because you know if you've gone there, you'll bang up a video, and I'm like, yeah, slay. But I think that like I remember when you first said that you wanted to start doing it, and I remember thinking, wow, like that's so brave of her. Like she's, because I think I was in a season at that point in my life anyway of like not really making time for. Like not making time for joy, but I was in a season of like not being obsessed with my life and not probably being that happy. I was in like a bit of like a rough like healing season, and I was like struggling to like, I don't know, sort of make that time for like hobbies for me. Like I just wasn't feeling that joyful at that point. I was feeling a bit like lost. And I remember when you said you did it, I thought, wow, like Abby like really like takes charge of her life, like in that way, like takes like charge of her like happiness in that way, and like growth, and like just does things for her. And I remember also thinking it was cool that you were doing it even though you were in a relationship, because I feel like most time people think, oh, you only like single girls do that or whatever, like make time for themselves like that to, like, because I think a lot of the time you can get into a relationship and just end up spending a lot of time with that other person, and obviously like you like them, that's nice, but I think it's so important to keep time for you. And I just think like the act of like the kind of dancing, like it's quite sexy dancing, like as in, you know, because that's what it is, like you're in your body. It's not like you know, stripping off something, like, but like it is, it's like, you know,
it's like really empowering.
You feel like, you really stepping into feminine energy when you're doing it, and like really, like you said, getting into your body. And I think sometimes like even, I don't know, like some people might think, oh, I can't, if you're in a relationship, I can't do that, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like you just assume it's like a single girl's.
Yeah, I don't know though. There's so many
Or
girls.
maybe it's that just me.
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel like there's actually a lot of girls there that go and then they want to get a video for the boyfriend.
Oh.
I'm like, that's so cute. I'm literally just like getting it for myself and being like,
Oh.
and then maybe put it on Instagram. But yeah, I think some girls like do it for the boyfriend, which I think is really sweet.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I
just
guess
for
I was just thinking like, I just thought, I was like, respect, like even though you're in a new relationship, you're not just throwing yourself entirely into that and abandoning all things for you as well.
Yeah, that's nice.
Do you know what I mean? But also like obviously you still go now, like you're not in that relationship, but like you still go, and I think it's nice because like it's like out of your comfort zone, you know, like it's, a lot of people would be, well, I would be nervous to like go to a dance class like that, and like
it definitely like humbles you a bit, especially in a room or with professional dancers. But that's what I really like about the place. And if anyone is actually listening and they're like, oh my god, I'd love to try that, come along with me. If you're up north, it's called Koala Dance Company or Dance Class something, by a girl called Bethany, and she's really, really good, and she always makes sure that like the energy is super empowering. And she's just always says throughout it, she's like, I don't care if you're not getting the moves right, but I just want you to feel sexy and just have a good time. So she literally doesn't care what you're really doing. It's like you're literally just there to enjoy yourself, and that's what I love about it. So that's why I think if I was in a class where it wasn't like that, then I would be like, what the fuck am I doing here? I feel so out of place.
Yeah,
but
the vibes sound like they're good vibes.
Yeah, such good vibes.
Something I'm super obsessed with, always have been, and always will be, is therapy. I just freaking love it. It steps you into the next best version of you. It helps your life be so much easier, so much more peace, joy and happiness when you get to talk to a therapist. And that's why I'm really excited to introduce you guys to BetterHelp, which is an online therapy platform that sponsors this podcast. BetterHelp hosts thousands and thousands of highly qualified licensed therapists. So no matter what it is that you are struggling with, what you'd like to work on, there's somebody on that platform that is perfect for you. It's super easy to use. Everything is done on their secure app and their secure website. So all you need is an internet connection. You don't need to travel anywhere to access therapy. It's all done from the comfort of your own home. You can schedule weekly video calls, phone calls, or just do the chat box with your therapist and have consistent contact with them and do your inner healing. So if you're ready to start your therapy journey and you want to start it with BetterHelp, just head to the link betterhelp.com/findyourfeet and you are going to get 10% off your entire first month of therapy sessions with BetterHelp. Just head to betterhelp.com/findyourfeet for 10% off your entire first month of therapy. Well, to keep it on the physical movement theme, so you just said about dancing, one thing, but you're obsessed with this too, and we have spoken about it quite a lot, but the gym. And
I love the gym.
We do. And we go like really consistently.
Yeah.
But what I love in the gym is like the lifting weights and being a strong queen. You know, and like you're like, oh, like I just smashed a PB. Like, and then you go and tell everyone about it and you're like, slay.
Yeah.
You know? I always text you.
You and your mad weights.
Yeah, Lacey, my mom, text my brother. Just did this. And like, yeah. It's mega, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
It is. It's sick. I feel like it's so empowering to even especially like start your day with a little win like that.
Yeah.
That's why I love going in the morning.
Yeah, same. I just love having, like, I would definitely not be as happy as I am now if I wasn't doing that. Because it's like, I love going in the morning, and then no matter how my day goes, if it gets like really out of control and crazy with work, I don't mind because I've taken that little pocket of time for myself and like my own progression, like that's nothing to do with anything other than me, my body and my mind.
Yeah.
And
so true.
and I just like, I have to fill that up for me. I have to, that's how you live a life that you're obsessed with as well. Like when you're filling yourself up like that, like, and you're filling your energy up like that. So I know that people find it hard to like make a gym routine and struggle with motivation, but you just have to do it. Like, as in, like, I'm always motivated to go because I'm obsessed with it. But the only reason I got obsessed, not in a bad way, as in I love it and enjoy it so much. But the only reason that you get to that point where you feel like that is if you just keep turning up.
Yeah.
And I would turn up through the initial periods of like gym anxiety, thinking I look stupid, not knowing what to do, because I'd never weight trained before. And now I'm like, why did I wait so long to start doing this? It's sick. You like get high from it. Like, it's so good. But
You do.
but like I went through that initial period of like feeling self-conscious, feeling like, oh, what am I doing, or like, am I doing this right, and all that period to get to the point where you're like, and I would still even sometimes go to the gym and feel anxious about going to the gym, like if you're ever in a little anxious,
I get like that sometimes.
Yeah. And then I just thought, no, like absolutely not, like as in not like, oh, that anxiety is not allowed to be here, but as in like, if I don't go to the gym because I feel anxious about going to the gym for some reason today, then I'm just going to diminish my confidence of going to the gym more. So you have to like go anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm not saying like I'm like, oh, I want to go all the time, but I do actually want to go all the time now. But that's because I've gone through that initial, like, I guess, find your feet phase.
Yeah, that's so nice. I feel like as well with the gym, there's the element of community and connection. I really feel that in the gym that I'm at the minute. Like, I really recommend that, like, especially if people are older or something and they're like struggling with loneliness, like I think going to the gym and moving your body is just amazing for like shaking off energy, for feeling good, for getting PBs and everything like that, but also like feeling like you're part of something, like part of a hub. So I'd really recommend, if anyone's out there and they're feeling lonely and they want to get into exercise or something, like join something where it's like a little group, maybe it's like a boot camp or like something where you're together, because that connection, like the benefits of it, like you wouldn't even imagine, would you? Because like that's all we really want every day is connection. And obviously loneliness, it isn't like loneliness causes more disease than like
it's well bad for your health. It's so bad for your health.
I think
it's like worse than smoking or something like that.
Yeah. So I think if you can join something where you feel like you're part of something, maybe it's a yoga class or just like anything where you feel like you can maybe get to know the people, you're all there together, there's just something really primal, tribal about that.
Yeah, it's really healthy.
That's what I in particular love about my gym at the minute, is that like I'm starting to notice more people, as in like, and then like you got like your morning regulars and you're like, oh, we're all part of something here, we'll rock up at 6 a.m, half asleep, and you're like, morning, and it's like you just part of something. Like that goes such a long way.
Yeah, do you not think it's so funny, like when you're there at like say you're at a class and it's like 6 a.m and you're all doing the class and everyone's like having fun, bouncing about, doing the class, like laughing, and you're thinking it's literally like 6 in the fucking morning. Like, what is happening right now? We're all here in this room together, like, ah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, it's good vibes to start the day with.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, gym. We love the gym.
We love the gym.
gym.
Another thing which I am becoming obsessed with again, because I know we speak about this quite a lot, going in and out a little bit of our meditation practices, which is totally normal.
Yeah.
And I think if anything, if you did it all the time, maybe you'd do what we said before.
You'd not appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, plateau a bit. So yeah, recently I've been since India, I was meditating almost every morning in India, which was really nice. And then since I've been back, I've been really trying to prioritize it. I think something that was always keeping me held back was that because I love meditating when I've just woken up.
Yeah.
I'd think, oh, well, if I've got up and gone to the gym, because we love the gym, then I'll just get home, eat my food and start work. Whereas like if you actually just prioritize 10 to 15 minutes to a meditation, it'll make such a difference. And you're probably going to spend like 10 minutes on Instagram anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's actually no excuse whatsoever for why you can't do 10 minutes. Like, I honestly, no excuse. I feel like you can always find 10 minutes. So yeah, I've been trying to really prioritize it more. And I think just like the benefits of it are just insane. Like, obviously it makes you more calm. It might help if you're anxious and stuff. But it's like just gifting yourself that time to really just let your thoughts simmer, to just like come home to yourself is so beautiful. And I keep thinking that like, I don't know, like no judgment, but I always see a lot of people maybe on Instagram and they talk about like, I know we just talk about how much we love the gym, but like really diving into like maybe like extreme sports or fitness or whatever to like heal and stuff, which I think is amazing. Or like maybe like the alcoholic is now obsessed with like climbing mountains or something like that, which I think is absolutely incredible. But I keep coming back to this thing in my head of like, it's so hard to do that, to like leave something addictive, I don't know, and then get into fitness, get into movement. But I think it's a whole nother layer is to like actually leave that and sit with yourself. Like how many people can say they can really, and I'm not saying I can completely do that, but I mean like building the practice to be able to sit with yourself and your own thoughts. I think that's like true bravery in a way. Yeah. Because that's where like the nitty gritty is.
Yeah, because that's where you face all the things that maybe you hide from. Or like, and obviously some people have really horrible thoughts. Like maybe like they actually have a condition like intrusive thoughts or something, but some people just have really horrible like negative self-talk. So as soon as you're sitting with yourself, like that's what's on a loop, because our brains are just like a loop of repetitiveness. So like if you don't really put in much effort to change your brain, like your how you speak to yourself, the neural pathways that like go round and round again on a daily basis, like of what it is that your head says to yourself, like it's all just there, like there's no hiding from it when you're in a meditation.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and then obviously like if you like maybe have like some like past trauma or like some pain, or like it's just something that you've never been able to face, you will face it then, and and that can be really scary.
Yeah, totally.
But like it's so worth it, like and it's just this like invitation into starting that relationship with you. I think meditation is like a really key part of that, because I remember when I had this moment, I'd gone to a yin yoga class at a gym that I always went to when I lived in London. Shout out Frame Health and Fitness if anyone's ever gone to their classes. They're sick. But I would go to this like yin yoga class every night on a Friday night, and I would finish work on a Friday at 3 most of the time, like 3 or 4, because they let you finish early. But the class didn't start till 7:30. But I would sit in my office and wait until that time so I could go, because it was right opposite my work, so I wasn't going to go home and then come back. But that's how much I love this class. And it was just like, as I have like some like moments in that class, I think because like London's really hectic place to live, and I probably wasn't really giving myself much time and space for stillness. So I'd get it in this class, I'd crave it that much that I'd be like happy to like wait at work when everyone's gone on a Friday night until I could go. And I remember this one time I went, and it was a yin yoga, so it's all like candlelit, and like yin yoga, if you've never done it, it's so nice. But it's like where you like,
my fave.
Yeah, where you like hold one certain yoga position for like 3 to 4 minutes, so it's like really slow moving. And the studio there was stunning, so it's candles everywhere and they have blankets, so it's kind of bougie. So you'd lie under a blanket at the end, and I was like, I could just sleep here now. I don't want to go home. But I remember one teacher, she was like, made us all put like one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and then say to yourself, I love you and I'm listening, which is like a mantra that you can meditate with. And it was the first time I'd ever heard that mantra before, like even said that to myself. And I remember when I did it, I literally had like some like spiritual experience, like as in, you know, like just this like it was like the insides of me went, thank God, like fuck me, why is it taking you so long? Well, thanks honey. Like, how much time you got? Like, I don't know what it was. It just felt so good to just say that one simple thing to myself and just give myself that time. And I think that's when you actually surrender into like meditation and stillness, because you can do it in yoga, like you can do it when you walk in, like you can be meditative in other ways when you're cooking. And I think just because I just set that like intention, because she told us to say that to ourselves, and like I like, you know, touched myself, like, you know, with my hand on my heart, my hand on my belly, like you like really sinking into yourself when you do that. And I was already so calm from the yin yoga, so you're probably in like, what's your brainwave state then like?
Well, I've been doing this all week, haven't I? You were probably in, well, you would have been in alpha, and then maybe you would have gone into gamma at that moment.
Yeah, so you're feeling pretty vibey.
Yeah,
you like sinking down into these various brainwaves,
where
you can manifest different things from them.
But
I was like already pretty chill from that, so I just really, I was tapped in to like you, like yourself and like your emotions and your subconscious, and I don't know what it was like this like it was mad. But I think that we all have that initial moment where you go to meet yourself and you finally do it, and it's actually like a sense of relief. Because that's what it's really, really, really important to do that, to like, and then to consistently meet yourself, because that's how you start to really build that strong relationship with you, that constant little check-ins, and just showing like yourself. So it's all the parts of you. It's your inner child, it's your soul, it's your adult self, it's the fearful part of you, it's the go-getter part of you, it's the dreamer part of you, it's like, it's all these bits inside of you. Like you come in and say like, just, hey guys, let's have a meeting. How are we all doing today? Who wants to speak first? You know, I think it's just so important for happiness and peace.
It's so important. Yeah, totally. And I think just leaning into, because like lately leaning into the idea of both. So like, you know, I was saying like to not, like when I speak about it, I mean like not run from yourself and make sure you meet yourself, but then just to welcome the idea of like being maybe a masculine energy, being that person in the gym, being that person on the mountain, but then also being the person that takes, even if it's just 5 minutes just to meet yourself, like just the importance of that. So if that hasn't motivated you to meditate or try yin yoga, I don't know what will. So obviously when you're kind of on maybe a healing journey or a self-development journey or on any journey of discovery, you go through seasons, and like you may be in a period where you're doing more healing, you may be in a period where you're just reaping the benefits of that healing. And I think sometimes when you come around and you are in that period where you're seeing the small little changes, or like that dedication, like we said, the dedication to meeting yourself and meeting your wounds, and then seeing the benefits of that play out in your life, in your family, in your friends, is just one of the most beautiful feelings, I think.
There's like no better feeling, like literally.
Yeah, no better feeling, because not only are you just like changing the patterns around you, you are healing your ancestral line. And it's just so empowering to feel like you can make such a difference in your own life and the people around you, and that you're going to make a difference in the people to come. And I'm not going to use any like specific examples, but I really feel like even in India, I was obviously kind of just like doing my thing. Me and Jenny were like going to the temples, like saying our prayers and stuff. And it was so nice to do all that around my family, because they're not into that whatsoever. But it was so nice to see them really soften into it and just be like really open to it. And I just had this moment on the beach where I was like, it's so important to obviously not like white knuckle and hold on to the fact of like, I'm doing this work, so I hope the people around me do, or I hope they start doing it, or I hope that they can experience like the happiness and the joy that I'm experiencing through this work, to not do that, but to just accept the fact that maybe like part of my soul's purpose was to just lead by example. So then it's just those tiny little moments of maybe your healing, or maybe some work that you've actually done internally, because we spoke about this before, like you can do so much work internally, the people around you can have absolutely no idea, but you can be having all these little wins thinking, I reacted differently then, but you don't even need to tell them because it's pretty much irrelevant, isn't it? But it's like you're healing your inner child in that moment, and really meeting yourself, as we said. But like those moments are the moments that make a massive difference, that, as I said, you don't need to tell people about, but that may be slightly rubbing off on people, and maybe that's just part of your soul's purpose. Maybe you are just meant to be in your own lane, shine your own light, heal your own wounds, and like people will like fall into that, or they won't, or they'll gravitate towards it, or they won't. But it's like that ultimate acceptance alongside the beauty of seeing how you're healing is impacting the people around you and your own life. It's just so incredible.
I do. When you said it's your soul's purpose to lead by example with healing, like I do feel like that's very true for you, because you've always been very sort of headstrong with your progression and your own personal development. Like, I'm going to go to see this therapist, I want to work on this, I'm going to do this, or I'm interested in this mad mushroom shit. So I don't mean like shrooms, I'm not promoting drugs, I just mean crystals and that, whatever. Like, you know, you're into all the stuff that you're into, and like no one else has really like walked you there other than yourself and your own curiosity. And obviously you've met people along the way that like have similar interests and stuff, but like you very much kind of pioneered where you wanted to go. And even if some of it's like quite alternative sometimes, I don't mean that with any judgment, I find it well interesting. You just fucking lean into it anyway, and you're like, fuck it, I love it. No, it's good.
No, it's funny. I feel like I'm getting all the compliments recently.
Yeah, I know, every episode I keep just...
Yeah, no, I'm just like, thank you.
Oh, thanks. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, but it's true, like those like moments of healing as well, like that, they feel so good, and you actually don't need anyone else to be proud of you. Most of the time people aren't proud of you because they don't realise what you're doing. Obviously if they are, then that's great. And like I know that like I've had massive moments of healing, like that my like friends and family have all observed me go on the journey to get to that point. And like even seeing them be so happy and like excited for me, like from the progress I've made, that's really nice. So nice. But that doesn't always happen, and that's fine. And I don't need them to be like that for me to know it in myself and be proud of myself. But it's just a really nice like being supported like that. But most of the time the healing you do, until it becomes really obvious externally, because a lot of it's like small things internally, like you said, I reacted a bit differently there, I didn't get triggered, or I took the situation down this road instead of this road that I normally take it down, that's a better outcome for me. Like all these things are usually like really small, and like you just notice them and you're proud of yourself. But then I think once you're really diving into like deep layers of like healing within yourself, and then it becomes really obvious externally, because your life changes. Like your outer reality manifest into something completely different, because your internal reality is completely different to what it was. So obviously vibrationally that has to change, and then that's when people can really see it, and they're like, oh wow, like I'm so proud of you, I'm so happy for you, I'm so excited for you, like, and that's really nice as well. But I think all like starts with you though. It's all your choice to like heal, to work on yourself, to develop, to choose better. Like I always say, demanding more from your life, and I just think and that starts internally. It's not demanding more from anyone else, it's demanding more from yourself, and like what do you want and how do you want your life to be, because we're in control and like we can change things. And sometimes those changes might take a few years, whatever. It's about being patient, but it's about always showing up, and it's in it, but it starts with you, and it's not easy. But then once you do it and you see the benefits of it, like there's honestly no greater feeling. No, it isn't. Really isn't.
Well, I think it's so nice about it as well, like you just said. It's like, if we use you for an example, just like, no, as in like, you know, like when people are so happy for you, you said that like you feel when something happens in your family, whatever, are really happy for you, and it's so amazing because they feel that joy in you. And then what I think is so beautiful is like, you should just be so proud, and anyone should be so proud of the healing, because it's like you were there every day showing up. Do you know what I mean? It's like you see, like you said, like this external like benefit of like the healing work in the physical, but it's like you were there every day with your inner child showing up, no matter how hard it was. Like you did the work, you changed the path, you changed your brain, like you were the one there every day. Like what an incredible feeling. It's just something to be like so proud of.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, whether it's big or small, it's like you should just be so proud, like you did it.
We did it.
I've got like that TikTok in my head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You did it. That emotional one.
Yeah, the emotional one. Cry. Yeah.
So yeah, apart from being obsessed with seeing the benefits of healing as our latest what we're obsessed with, ATM, I'm also obsessed with stepping outside my comfort zone and just living outside the comfort zone. Like that was the thing for the year, like we said at the start of the year, you know, guys, so I wasn't gonna...
You finessed it already.
Like I was like really just not here for like fear deciding my fate. You know, I was here for feel the fear and do it anyway. And I was like, universe, let's go, honey. I am ready. Show me what to do and I'll fucking do it. Like I was just like, let's go. Like I was just, anyway, I'm obsessed with stepping outside my comfort zone. No, just like in everything, in work, in my personal life. Like I just think, you know, like everything you want's on the other side of fear, isn't it?
Exactly.
And so like how to live your best life, go and do the things that scare you. Yeah. When you're ready. When you're ready though. Totally. I was ready.
Yeah, you got to do it when you're ready, but 100%.
I wasn't ready last year well, I kind of was. We were being a bit out of comfort zone sort of business. That's a bit of a lie. But like within levels, like you go to a new level, and I feel like and like even just in work and stuff, like new risks we have to take, new challenges we have to step into and face, and the new women we have to step up and be to continue to grow what we do and stuff. Like I'm like, I know that fear's just part of the parcel.
Exactly.
Hold its hand and take it with me.
Yeah, like it's never going to go away. But I think that's such good advice for like anyone that's listening that's maybe feeling like they're a bit stuck or like they're struggling to find the joy or make change. You know, like you're never going to make change without fear because you need to up level. So it's like, what do you want to do that you've always wanted to do that you're terrified of? Or like what's something that you've been edging towards but you're just a little bit scared to fully get there? Like if you want change and you're ready for change, then I think that's where it's got to start, is by like pushing yourself into the fear a bit. And you just reminded me then, I don't know what you said, but it reminded me of the video we watched of Leora Alexandra.
Oh right.
It's a great little spiritual warrior gal, but she talks all about manifesting, but this is just like a bit off topic, but she was talking about like fear, and she was saying about she manifested her fiance. And she said, I don't remember her words. She basically says something like, life is all about being outside of your comfort zone and being scared. And she said, the scariest thing I ever did was wait for the love of my life. And I was like, that's so true. Wow. It's so easy to just settle and like just go for something and be in a relationship. She was like, the scariest thing I did was wait for this because there was no guarantee it was coming. And that's just a little bit on manifesting love. I just thought it was really powerful to say that, because I was like, it actually is really fucking scary to chance on yourself and to be surrounded by people and be like, actually no, like I know what I want and I'm doing this work to get what I want. Like that is scary. But I was like, I never really thought comfort zones like that. Like,
yeah, it's so true, because I think with anything in life you have a vision for what you want, and whether that's the partner, the relationship you want, or let's say the business you want. Like I'm just thinking of an example now because I was watching it last night, but like I was watching more of that Spotify series that's on Netflix, which is like a reenactment of like the story of how they started Spotify. And like it's all comes from like the point of view of each each episode's from the point of view of each key person that was part of building Spotify. But like the guy who started, like he had a vision and wouldn't move off that, even though he was like getting no battered, like literally battered. And you just think, how the fuck are you going to pull this off? But you just knew, like, had this like revolutionary like idea to bring into culture, to change how people consume music and like how we all interact with music now. It's completely changed because of this guy. And it was just like, it's the same with like anything that you're trying to like, that you want for your life. So whether that is like for her, that video she was talking about, like that manifesting the love her fiance that she's got now, and it's like she had that vision. And that vision was unique and she could see it and she knew it was there. And it's the same in like birthing a business or something like that, or anything else in your life. Like birthing this vision that you have for your life will require you to always be out of your comfort zone and get knocked as well, but you have to stay anchored in that faith. And that's what's really hard, and that's where you have those moments of like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna bottle it, like, oh yeah, I'll just take this guy, or like, oh yeah, I'll just settle for this, or right, I'm not gonna do this business, I can't, it's too hard, or whatever, like, you know, like, or I'll just go and do something else, or I'll listen to this person who's telling me to do this. Actually, it's, you know, like, it's so true, like that whole journey is navigating through out your comfort zone. Like, it's impossible to bring it in your comfort zone. It literally is. Yeah, literally.
And I think like if you can envision it, like it's in your heart and you see it, then it's like you can create it in a way.
Yeah. Like if you can see it, then you can bring it in.
Yeah. Like her affirmation as well that she kept saying to calling her love was, if I exist, then you exist.
Yeah, I loved that.
Yeah. Which I think I'm just gonna like keep saying forever, because it's so true.
I exist, you exist.
Yeah. The person really must exist, otherwise you wouldn't have that like energetic idea of someone if they didn't exist.
Yeah, and like I think that because you can know yourself very well, and then you can think, I've not really come across anyone in a romantic sense that's like me, or like obviously you don't want someone who's exactly the same as you, because that's boring. You want like dualities, but like maybe have common ground on certain things that are important to you and whatever. And I think when you have never come across anyone that slots into you like that, you think it's not out there, it's not possible, or it's not real. So I think that affirmation of like, if I exist, you exist, is really nice.
Yeah.
And just putting that frequency out into the world will draw that into you. Yeah. Like it really will. So powerful. But you know, like that Bob Proctor as well, he's got like a really famous one, like it's very simplistic, but like if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Yeah. And like it's that idea basically. Yeah. Obviously, like, you know, $1 million right now over my eyes. Oh, there it is in cash in my hand. Like, you know, it's not like, that's when, like, you know, like if you don't dive into manifesting truly, you think it is that, but it's way more than that. It's so much more about like healing. Like, how do you change your vibration? It's not just about like gratitude, think good things. It's about fucking cleaning up the shite inside of you to heal your vibration. It's not easy. Yeah. But yeah, we're obsessed with living life outside our comfort zones. I feel like you're more in control of your life when you do that. You're more in control of your destiny, because the only thing that really holds us back in life is fear. And like fear of what other people think, fear of it not working
stories tell yourself.
Yeah, fear of like, even fear of success, fear of love, fear of happiness. What if I get it and I can't keep it? What if I get it and I'm not good enough to have it and I sabotage it or whatever? Like there's some, you can even fear the goodness deep down. And so but when you're like happy to just say, do you know what, fear will be part of the parcel, like I said, hold its hand and take it anyway. Like let it be there, but just walk with it, like rather than like letting it come in front of you. And you need to go in front of it and move forward regardless. Like and I think that's how you choose your destiny. Yeah. Because then you're unstoppable.
Exactly.
And there's really nothing that you can't do.
Preach.
One of the other things that I'm obsessed with right now is always leaning into self-acceptance. I'm like really practicing that at the minute. Just in like every moment, like I have that opportunity to do it, I do it. Because I've definitely spent so many years of my life not living in self-acceptance, thinking like I need to change my body, or like something about me isn't good enough. Yeah. You know, and it held me back so much from like being maybe confident in who I am as a person, or like how I look, or what I would allow myself to do, how much love and joy I'd actually allow myself to have in life. A lot of it was dictated around my level of self-acceptance. And obviously through the years of like therapy, self-love, healing, like that's all dissipated and fallen away, which is obviously very nice. Yeah. And it's a way more free and fun and peaceful way to live your life. Like you see people caged by their own thoughts, like and their own 100%. Like self-rejection and like high standards, like perfectionist thoughts that they'll never achieve. They're just like they'll just get benchmark keeps moving. And I probably still am there a little bit. I'm not saying I'm like never there, but I would be pretty harsh on myself as well, and like always move the goalpost. But to a point where it was like, what the fuck's going on? Just playing a game now. I don't want to play this game anymore. But like, yeah, I'm just really into like serious self-acceptance, like as in, like even just like a small example, when you were away, I was so upset. No, I was like a bit stressed because obviously like and I'm not saying this as well to make you feel bad about going on holiday. Please go on holiday. I want to go on holiday. No,
totally. I'm just talking about the experience. Last year that we didn't even have that much on.
No, because obviously you go from like, I think it's even just knowing that you weren't there.
Yeah, 100%.
It sends your nervous system out because you're like, oh god, it's all on me.
Yeah.
I would like be at night not sleep properly and be thinking, shit, have I done this? Have I done this? Because you just think, I haven't done it. It's my fault. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So obviously, like, you're covering the work. In our business, I was covering the workload of 2 people while you were away for 2 weeks. So I was like quite stressed. I wasn't like, oh my god, I'm losing the plot. Although there was one moment where I was like, it was like the first day you'd gone away.
Shock to the system.
And it got into the afternoon. I was like, holy shit, it's got a bit crazy, hasn't it? And then, or maybe it's the Tuesday afternoon, so it was like the second day in, and I literally had to walk myself away from my desk and go and meditate. I would never normally do that in the middle of the day. I was like, I need to fucking calm down. I can't even think straight right now. I need to organise my thoughts. Jesus, like, I can't do anything. I'm not going to be productive. I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was me. So, like, basically, my skin flares up with spots and stuff from the state of my internal emotions and a lack of sleep. So it basically made me break out loads. And like, I used to struggle with my skin when I was younger. I'd be on medication and stuff for it, and it was always something that made me feel like insecure. And then and actually, as I started to give less of a fuck about it, it actually all cleared up, which is so funny. But yeah, so I've like, it's never, for over the last year, it's never been something that I'd really worried about, like felt insecure about, because it actually just cleared up and I just stopped focusing on it. And yeah, and it just was never a thing. And then obviously you went away, so now like basically I've got loads of breakouts, and because I was stressed and not sleeping. So obviously your skin reflects that, and I just was like, oh, I felt a little bit like I'd gone, not back to square one, because I was like, my mind hasn't gone back to square one, but like it looked like how it looked again back before, and I was just thought, do you know what, so what, you're stressed right now, honey, like you run a business and you're just a bit stressed, and now your skin's flared up, just fucking, it's fine. Relax. Like, it doesn't dictate how beautiful you are. It doesn't it doesn't. So I just chose to just be like, yeah, and what? Like, in a month, it'd probably go down. Like, and it'll be gone again. And it's like, why I could spend a month, like, oh my God, I'm so self-conscious right now. And like feel like I need to hide my face or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, 'cause I like to wear no makeup and stuff a lot of the time. Like, I'd never wear it to the gym and stuff like that. And I don't want to start feeding into like insecurity. So in that moment, you have a choice.
Yeah.
Do I want to feed into insecurity here, or do I want to choose something else? And I just, in those moments, I keep just choosing self-acceptance instead, because it's better. It's a better outcome. And I actually think the love you treat yourself with is the love that other people meet you at too. So if you are like not belittling yourself, then other people aren't going to pick up on that energy that you're insecure about certain things and even notice it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Could you pick up on that energy anyway?
On other people, definitely you do.
I think it's really powerful, because it all leads down to that, what you were saying at the start. It's like that wound of like not feeling good enough, which like everyone feels
has,
to some degree. But I think like allowing yourself to be good enough to turn up whether your skin's flared up or not, or however you feel, and just be like, actually, this is me, and I am good enough, and I'm worthy to not feel self-conscious of something that is so normal that everyone deals with,
and kind of out of your control as well.
Yeah, literally. I think also that like releasing control on that and being like, oh no, actually it's cool, that is literally what heals it. I think that's why as well. But yeah, why as well, my skin, like through the years I used to really beat myself up about my skin, and then it just seemed to clear up. And I actually think even when you were speaking then, I think that actually is due to like inner kindness.
Definitely,
and, like,
I really feel like it. Yeah, it's part of it. Yeah,
like mindfulness heals acne. Yeah. Like people might be thinking, what? And it's like, no, it actually is true.
Yeah, it was so weird. Like it would always go away when I stopped focusing on it.
Yeah, literally. And I've been similar as well with those little decisions, because I still feel that too sometimes, and it just creeps up. You know, like say I'm going to the gym or something, and I'm like quickly getting ready, and I'm like, oh, what top should I wear? Oh, what am I doing? And then I'm like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, no. I'm like, my body is so worthy. Like, I feel good. I look good. It's just all in your head. Like, it's just all noise.
I'm gonna wear those booty shorts and squat, and everyone can stare at my ass.
Yeah, like, I saw actually some girl, and I just, like, wanted to, like, hug her, because I know it's hard, but, like, she put this story on saying how, like, she was, well, no, it's actually really good. She put a story on saying she was really proud that she started wearing her arms out, because for her entire life, up until her 30s, she'd hated her arms. She never worn them out. This girl was literally like a size 6, just so small. And it just reminded me of, like, a time where, like, quite a while ago, where I would get a little bit self-conscious of my arms. And then I, like, looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, I've not felt that in ages. Like, I just don't feel that. And it's just, like, those nice little proud moments where you're like, oh, this showing up for myself. Like, those, the more you kind of beat those thoughts and don't let them win, the more they will fall away. They're not going to hang about. They get bored. If you don't entertain them, they're going to fall away. So, like you said, I think it really is just those little moments of self-acceptance.
Yeah. Do you know who actually, someone who really inspired me with the skin stuff was actually Courtney Black, because she's on her stories. She's, like, really good at her Instagram stories, like, always sharing stuff. I, like, watch her stories every day. But she's obviously got her app, she's got a clothing brand, and she's also got a skincare brand, because she used to have bad acne and, like, kind of healed it, and she knows all about skincare and all this stuff. She started this skincare brand, and she's not been promoting it as much recently. Obviously she's, like, very busy and she's got lots of other things to promote, but like, she was kind of saying as well that she felt a bit, like, awkward, a bit like, what the fuck, because basically she's got this skincare brand, but her skin is, like, all broken out at the minute, and she showed pictures of it, and it was kind of like what mine was like, and she was like, I'm stressed, like, I'm not surprised you're fucking stressed, like, she's got a lot of responsibilities on her shoulders, that girl, like, she works very hard, and she's, like, our age, she's young, like, I've got a lot of respect for her, but she just like, I'm like, my skin's just broken out loads, and I'm like, how can I promote a skincare brand when my skin looks like this? Do you know what I mean? Like, how can I be on my stories sharing it when it actually looks like this? And she was just honest about it, and I was just like, do you know what, like, respect, like, and just her self-acceptance in that moment. I'm not saying that everyone has to go on their stories and share all their insecurities, but just her being open about that and being honest, and then just even showing, like, as a business owner, flared up skin, like, feeling stressed, but, like, just her being like, look, I think she said she was really upset about it, and she kind of cried about it, and then she just thought, like, whatever, like, it is what it is, and chose self-acceptance, and that's why she came on her stories and started talking about it. And I just thought, just from her seeing that, and just that subconsciously in the moment when I had it will have been influencing me without me kind of really realising it at the time. Yeah. You know, so, like, yeah, it's like the power of what it does for other people too. You know, even just, like, being around all the girl mates that are, like, kind to themselves, you know, because have you ever noticed when you're around, like, people that are really harsh on themselves, even if they're not verbally being harsh on themselves while they're around you, you actually energetically, you pick up on the things that they are hard on themselves about. You start to think it about yourself as well. Have you ever noticed that?
1,000%. Yeah, I think it's just, like, it literally is an energy, and it's like, it's kind of like your brain can't comprehend it. It's like if someone in front of you is judging themselves so hardly for something on them, they're obviously kind of going to be judging you for it.
Yeah, exactly, because that's what we always do.
Yeah, exactly, because it's not like if you're going to judge yourself, then you're going to judge somebody else for it. So it's like everything in life is a mirror. The more you stop judging yourself, the more you stop judging others completely. But yeah, 100%, especially when people, let things, like, slip out the mouth, and you think, oh, right, I wasn't insecure about that. Yeah. Actually, but...
Yeah, that's when you have to be, like, headstrong and protect your energy and just say, that's yours. Yeah. You can keep it over there, thank you. Like, and
you can always set a boundary in that moment. Like, I remember once, and, like this is from my side, it was really bad, like, years ago. I just remember I always felt really bad about it. When I was really in, like, a bad place with, as in, like, beat myself up on my weight and stuff. And I remember I was, like, away on holiday, and I went, I just feel so fat, I just feel, like, so big, I've eaten so much. And then, like, this kind of, like, family friend who was a lot bigger was so offended. She was literally like, I can't believe you're saying that. And I remember just sitting there, and I was like, oh oh, I felt awful.
Yeah.
But it 100% was me completely letting this like really harsh, horrible judgment fall out of my mouth, and then this poor woman just sat there having a lovely meal thinking, you fucking bitch. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, but like that is just like an example of like why I did all the healing work as well. I was like, I never want to make anyone feel like that, and I don't believe that anyway. Like I actually don't believe that. Like now I'm feel great like about my body, but that's just
pain, but
it can happen as well in tiny moments where you're like, oh God, I hate that, and it's like, oh right, I didn't realize that was a thing.
Should I hate mine too?
Yeah.
I know.
Totally.
It's that thing as well, like pain that doesn't get transformed gets transmuted. So like that's what was going on there, because it was your inner pain. It wasn't actually that you were looking at her thinking, bloody hell, you've enjoyed yourself on holiday or something like that. You don't care about what she looks like, you just care about what yourself
so wrapped up in your own shit, and you're just letting it pour out of you.
So it's like that's in those moments where like that's when it's like a bit of reality check where you realise, holy shit, I need to pour some more love into my internal world, because it's coming out as judgment and like hate. Like that's a great opportunity to like have a mirror and think, fuck.
Completely.
I'm going to bring the episode to a close, share one last thing. Just check the time that we're recording on. We're on 55 minutes, and I said, let's do a lighter episode today. Keep it about 35-40 minutes, because all of our last ones have been nearly an hour long. And but here we are. Just get into a flow and you just have no idea what the time is.
Yeah, literally.
But hopefully you guys are still here with us and you've been enjoying it. So, but yeah, I just wanted to close off with one last thing that we're totally obsessed with right now, is just taking moments of gratitude. And I don't actually write a gratitude list or anything like that, but obviously you can do that, and that's a really nice way to practice it. But I just take stock, like I just take myself aside, just to have a little moment and just like let myself like sit in gratitude for my life, because I think I'm healthy, I'm happy, I love my job, like, you know, everything's good, and I'm like, this is really nice, I'm grateful, thank you universe, like, you know, like, and I don't know, it's just you should just show appreciation for your life, like, but also, you know, you were saying like, as in when you were went away to India and like talking about career things like that, the guy was saying that he was a coder and he wants to come to England and code, and it's like we have those opportunities on our fucking fingertips, like you can just by winning the geography lottery of being born here, like you should be even just taking moments of gratitude just for that, and just 100%. You know, stuff like that, as well as obviously the blessings in your life that you have, but also just the basic, you know,
because it's like we get so used to the things around us. You get used to, like, just England for example, like you grow up in England, you get used to it, and then you also get used to like the really like pointless moaning that comes along with it, that like I feel like in every culture you kind of have, but obviously it's different depending on your lifestyle. So like here we may moan about like the bin men being late or like something like that, and then you really like when you put it into perspective and you think, oh well, someone else might be moaning because they've walked like 10 miles and there's no water or something like that, and you can just get up off your sofa and just walk to the tap. It's like little moments like that, you just got to really remind yourself of all your blessings. And I think since India, I'm really trying to really catch myself when I want to like moan about something that just like doesn't need to be moaned about, even if it's just like a little conversation filler or something. I'm just like, it doesn't need to be said, like it just doesn't. I'm trying to think of an example, maybe like when I'm at the gym with Izzy, and then like if I go to say, I'll say like, it's just a really boring example, but you know everyone like moans about the weather. So say it's literally it's sunny today, actually it was sunny
lovely
yesterday.
Day today.
And wasn't it such a difference? We're actually doing it now. It was such a difference. No, we're talking about positive. It was such a difference yesterday because it was really sunny, and we were like, whoa, vitamin D. But it was really dark all week, and I went to say, oh, look at the weather, like so, and then I was just like, don't need to say that. I'm so grateful I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm at the gym, I'm having a great time. I just don't need to say that. But that's just like a random example, but like I'm really trying to catch myself where I go to moan about something that literally doesn't need to be moaned about. Like it's just like a waste of energy. You could just say something else.
Yeah, say about what you love.
Yeah, exactly. Be like, what a blessing it is to be here. Just randomly say that. The next time you go to moan about something weird, just say, God, isn't it great being alive? Just see the reply that you get. People might think, you need to stop listening to that podcast. You're going a bit nuts. But that is all for now. That's all the things we're currently obsessed with. Maybe we'll have to do an update in like 6 months or something.
Yeah, probably something else.
Yeah, what else we're vibing with. But yeah, as we said, like if you're in that period of your life where maybe you're like struggling to find joy, or you just want more things in your life that like make you happy and just make your life like yours in a way, then maybe follow some of our advice on like getting moving, doing things that make you feel good, and just like taking control. Like it's all up to you.
Mm-hmm. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review. We always forget to ask.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Give us a little star rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Write something nice on there. Love getting reviews from you guys.
Yeah, we would love some new reviews.
Yeah.
It'd make me... It would go on that board. Things I'm
we're obsessed with podcast reviews from you guys. If you're obsessed with us and our show, like if you're obsessed with the show, that's one of the things you love.
Yeah.
And you write that on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Inspired by your what you're obsessed with episode. Just want to let you know that I'm obsessed with this show.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're back next Wednesday with another episode. Peace and love.
Bye.